The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey guys, Cotton Grammar here, assimilation webinar. Derek and I have been having a little bit of problems with GoToWebinar. Give me a 1 if you can hear me. Just want to make sure that everyone can hear me clearly. There we go. Getting ones. Fantastic. Guys, we're going to do Q&A for the first hour, so if you've got any questions, please go ahead and throw them in the chat box. We will give you a couple moments to get that built up, and we will talk about something in between, I guess, because we've already started the recording. What have you been up to, Derek?
Not a whole lot, just wrapping up the season for the lake. It's getting colder already. It's like almost freezing sometimes.
Really? What's the temperature up there right now?
I got to convert it to Fahrenheit, but
Right.
It's usually, it's like around, it's around 50 Fahrenheit.
Really?
Already, sometimes.
What's it getting down to at night, like freezing?
Yeah. Well, it's just been cold, like lately. Like right now, it's like high of 60 today. And then
Oh, wow.
it goes down to like 46 in the middle of the night.
No, that's not that way here. In Orlando, it's pretty hot. It's 90.
Our summers are short and sweet.
Yeah, 90 and 75 for the low tonight. So that's about it.
That's why no one can fault me for taking off most of the summer. Just go to the lake and
Absolutely.
get what I can in.
That's why I moved to Florida, so I can have it year round. So
Yeah.
either way, it's been a pretty slow week. Been doing a lot of testing, getting ready for a lot of stuff for OMG Live, getting all that stuff mapped out. And now is kind of the time of the year that I really like because, OMG is officially closed for the year. So we'll see no more new members come in, which is great, which means that now we can focus on getting everyone acclimated in and digging in with some great lessons between now and the end of the year. So a lot of people don't realize it, but a lot of our time is spent at night doing several webinars, bringing people into OMG. But now that that's winding down, we have Assimilation New York coming up October 3rd. And I think it's going to be a pretty massive event. We have Fletch, we have Joe Marfolio, Gregory Ortiz, even rumored that Stephen Floyd's going to show up, along with myself. We've already got everything mapped out. We have the hotel where we're going to have the event. Guys, for those of you who are coming to New York, literally, even I'm kind of a cheapskate myself, but it seems like that all the rooms, especially where we're going to have the event in Manhattan, the cheapest place is around $400. So, guys, you don't have to stay at the place of the event. That's just where it's going to be. If you can find cheaper lodging elsewhere in the city and you want to taxi it in or something like that, that's what I would do. I'm having to stay at the place that we're having it at, and we chose it because of the style. We had Gregory go in and check out everything for us, and then when we seen it, it was $350 a night. Then it went all the way up to like $425. So we're trying to do our best. It's just a very expensive area, but I think there's going to be a lot of people coming in, flying in. We'll have Jason Berkowitz, we'll have Ronell Stewart, we'll have a lot of people showing up. So this could be one of the more larger assimilation tours that we're going to hit. So we definitely look forward to doing there. Then a couple months later, we have the sold out OMG Live. And that's going to be pretty amazing. Next week on the calendar, a lot of people you don't know, Jarek and I will be in Austin. Jimmy Kelly's having a private event. We'll be there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll probably leave late Wednesday night. Some people will stay till Thursday, but that'll certainly be an event that we'll be reporting back from with a lot of breakthroughs happening there, I'm certain. Myself, Mike Long, Derek, Jimmy, and several other OMGers are going to be at that event, so that's also a great thing. But what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and get started. The Austin date is all sold out, man. It was sold out a long time ago. So, isn't it, Derek, or is it not?
It's sold out right now.
Yeah.
We capped out at I think it was 25 people, so it was a big ticket item. So.
Right. Someone's asking, do we know if they've opened up other rooms in the OMG block for live? That's a Mike Long question, or David also is handling that personally, omg@omgmachines.com, to ask him that. To be honest with you, I haven't even booked my room yet. So, I have no idea. So I've been traveling so much this last summer that thinking about traveling in November just seems a long way off. I'm going to be in Austin next week, in New York after that. Then I'll probably worry about booking my OMG Live stuff. So either way, so I have no idea. If you have that, just go ahead and email. That'll get to David, and he'll get back with a direct answer, or I might be able to announce it next week also. So I'm not pretty certain. So we'll dig into some questions that we got. Let's start back to the beginning and see if there's anywhere we got. First, start out with in Greg's Iowa City SEO training, he uses PBNs to send social 2.0s because it's a new site. If you had an old site and added a new page to rank, would you send PBNs to Web 2.0 properties that point to the new enter page, or just start sending PBN links directly to it? Derek.
Well, I mean, it's going to come down to like personal preference and what you're used to doing more so. So, like a lot of times, I'll do either or. It doesn't really matter to me. Sometimes the Web 2.0 might work better for you, or might work better if you send PBNs. It really depends on what kind of PBNs you're using. So, if you're more into like the lower quality or cheaper generic PBNs where they don't have dedicated themes, usually I'll start sending those to the Web 2.0, and then having the Web 2.0 just dedicated and themed to that page. So that way I'm going to send a lot more thematic relevance to that page, and therefore I usually need less links to rank it. So, but it's up to you. I mean, if you're like, it's just the way I do it. I always have like at least one or two dedicated PBNs for a site that are just 100% topical related, and then I have my generic PBNs, which I use to power up other things. So I'm sure, Cotton, you do it either way, right? So
yeah, I mean, it depends. I mean, on my city SEO site, I like treat every page like it's a brand new website, like it's just a one-page website. So, like for instance, if I'm doing, where's the city that I'm not in? Like if I wanted to be in Minneapolis and I started a Minneapolis SEO page, I would treat that as if it's a brand new site. I would surround it with social to make it look natural to why it would receive relevant traffic right away. And then I would do everything exactly like Greg does. So once again, just like Derek says, there's no right or wrong answer to it. I've just got a way that I've been doing it that's might be unorthodox. It might be the way that people do it. Greg's got his way into doing it, different people. But I would follow the Iowa City SEO stuff, and it works. It's proof that it works. Uh, I just like, before I send any PBNs directly to the main page, I like to have a little bit of cushion around my page. So it doesn't take much to throw 10 or 15 solid social profiles around it, a Minneapolis Facebook page, a LinkedIn page, some Twitter, a Pinterest, things like that, to make it look like that it's an actual business that's existing in that area, which is what a normal business would have. So mimicking and replicating a business is very important, I like think, to a page. Now, if you're just trying to rank for affiliate keywords and stuff, then once again, it's something totally different. So it just depends on what you're doing, depends on the nature of it, it depends on what you're trying to rank, and a bunch of different things. So hopefully that helps. We will move to the next question. We will go here to Cotton. What are your steps after getting a client? What is your process timeline? Interesting you say that. That's our topic today. So we'll wait on that. Is Wix platform harder to rank than any other property? No. I've never known that. Derek, do you have a different experience with them?
I mean, they're not terribly hard to rank. I mean, it's just sometimes subdomain, because you're going to be building on a subdomain. Sometimes subdomains are harder to rank at first, but then the juice kind of really kicks in for them. So it's not. I don't think it would be any more difficult than ranking any other like Web 2.0 property. But
Right.
some like there is some benefit to having your own domain, right? So
Definitely. Next question. I'm going to skip that one. I'm not doing product reviews. Uh, let's see here. Local SEO question. I have 2 clients and 1 prospect that have 50 citations according to Bright Local, about 2 or 3 times more citations than the average competition amount. The issue is that many are low quality sites and appear to be pulling down the map's rankings due to lower average authority. To overcome this, is it better to power up the high authority listing or get the low authority site to remove the listing? I don't understand how. I mean, if you're talking lower, Derek, what could that be like 20, 30 DA? That's not a bad site. There's PBNs that aren't even that powerful that people are using.
yeah, I mean, it could just mean like non-relevant, just sites that are citations that have no authority, like their true citation, it has authority behind it. Otherwise, they're just kind of
Mhm.
they're not really valuable at all, right? So I don't know. For those ones, the lower quality ones, I might just bundle them up into like a Tumblr page or something, and then hit that Tumblr page with some links, just so you don't have to power up
Mhm.
every single little listing by
Mhm.
themselves. Um, but I would focus mostly a lot of the juice on just the top ones, and then just make sure if they're all indexed and everything like that, then usually they're going to be healthy enough. But if they're completely irrelevant, like they're different country, different in their niche, but the wrong niche, and I try to get rid of those.
Yeah. But also, once again, if you're not in, let's sit right here. I'm trying to read the question again. If he's not in the page one, be worried about your
Mm-hmm.
site first, as long as all the naps are consistent. So.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
they are still links though, so that's why sometimes we do use them.
True. Next one here, let's get it up here. What is more effective, pointing PBNs directly to the money site or pointing them through your 2.0s? Derek.
Well, it just goes back to like what I was saying before. It's
Mhm.
what kind of PBNs you're buying and the quality and the theme and how much dedicated content's going on them. So I mean, I use PBNs both on both sides of the spectrum. I'll use them as like your tier one linking, but they're usually more dedicated. And then I'll have the poorer quality or the ones that I just don't care, like the DA10, Trustful 10. They're just random, doesn't matter what's really on them. Then I point those to the Web 2.0s and power those Web 2.0s up, like DAS or anything that's similar like to that. So it's up to you.
Mhm.
But there's no one way or better. I mean, there is a benefit when you point it to Web 2.0 that the DA is going to increase a lot higher on that Web 2.0 than it is going to be on a lower quality PBN, right? So like a PBN with DA10, it's going to take a lot of links to get that thing going up to like a PA60 or so, right? So when you're starting out with Web 2.0, it only takes a handful of links to get that page authority really high. So
Mhm.
think about that when you're doing link building.
It's true. We skipped down a lot, Derek, to just skipping through stuff here. The next question is, I'm breaking down my time focus to fundamentals for a daily routine. I think that fits into sales, education, and 3 work. What would you say that covers pretty much everything? And how do you divide your time in these categories? P.S. Book 3 client meetings a day. That's fantastic, Kyle. Great work. My focus is fairly easy. Uh, I realize that during the day, that's when businesses are open. So any sort of marketing or any sort of research and development or any sort of sales that I need to do or any calls, any questions that people have, returning phone calls, answering emails back, things like this, where people are actually physically in their office, I do from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So I don't do generally any education, any work, or anything during that time. That's when businesses are open. And I'm generally always jam packed through this whole time. Either the phone's ringing, I've got to return phone calls, whatever. Split testing, different client methods, all this other sort of stuff. That happens when only a business can answer your phone. Now there are other things that you can split test that don't require a business owner to be there. Now, I don't do that during that sort of time. You know, if you're going to test an email campaign or something else, and I'm just using it hypothetically, I like think blasting emails out to get clients is a waste of time. But I'm just using it as an example. Then, you know, I might take a couple hour break, maybe an hour break, get something to eat, go to the gym, you know, get like things going, and then come back. And generally from 7 to 2 a.m. or from 8 to 2 a.m. somewhere in there, that's when I generally get the majority of my SEO work done. I'm going to be honest with you, it's generally probably from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. is when I get all of my SEO work done because it's quiet, there's no one calling me. Either all of my friends are out, but you know, it just seems like the whole world slows down a little bit more, so I can concentrate and get a little bit more stuff done, where I can get my thinking done. So, as other people have their quiet times, they wake up early in the morning. Mine's late at night, from like 12 to 2. That's my 4 a.m., 5 a.m. time that people wake up, and I normally wake up 7:30 or something like that. Education wise, you know, I work that in during that time frame as well. If there's a something I want to look at, something I want to dig into, or split test SEO stuff, things like that. All SEO takes place in the evening for me because SEO means zero if I'm not making money. So I already know how to do SEO well enough to make money. So the money has to keep going. So I want to make sure that I put at least the full day, 5 days a weekend with everything that is client based while business owners are there, split testing and everything else. So I hope that makes sense. What about you, Derek?
Uh, well, I have salesmen already do all that kind of stuff, so I'm pretty much just doing SEO all the time, and I don't really have like a set schedule. I just kind of like divide my hours between the clients based on what they're paying, basically. So I just work it out to like a basic rate, and so that's how I divide up my time for each client. Um, Other than that, I do a lot of my like conference calls and all the actual dealing with clients as well during the day, but then at nighttime I do most of my actual link building and stuff that I can um, do without being bugged so much, you know. All right. Did you mute yourself there, Gone?
Yeah, sorry. I like did. I got a brand
Difficulties.
new, yeah, I got a brand new Yeti. And what I was telling Derek earlier is I think I was doing these webinars for the last 4 or 5 weeks with a jacked up Yeti. So I bought a brand new one, and it seems like that the mute on this one sticks. So that's what the problem was. So next question, it says, it would be great if you would repeat your words of wisdom you spoke last week, finding and attracting new clients. Well, unfortunately, that was on the Ghost webinar, and what happens on a Ghost webinar stays on a Ghost webinar. So maybe we'll get a repeat of some of this stuff tonight, because we're going to go over some client stuff. We've had a lot of questions in the Facebook group about client stuff. We're going to go over a lot of that here tonight. So we'll go on to the next question. It says here, I've been hitting a client with Yelp with tons of PBNs with varied anchor text from quality PBNs, but it never shows up. Been dripping links for a few months now, but Google only seems to want to show one particular company on Yelp at any one time. Have you guys ever had a situation where it took a tremendous power to have a Yelp page show up and knock someone else off? Competitor site has a lot of internal Yelp links, which seems to keep it powered up. Derek, you want to tackle that one?
Yeah. Okay. Well, when you're dealing with like properties like Yelp or any big directory or like pretty much any site, they only Google only likes to have one of the same type of URL structure on page one. So like usually you'll either have like the category page and then you'll have the individual listing, but they usually won't list two individual listings. So to actually get the other listing off, you have to pretty much outrank the other listing. So it's kind of hard to do sometimes if they're actively promoting it, right? So Um, so it's better off sometimes just trying to get something that's not on page one already, like a different directory, like even what's another really good one?
Oh, they get their LinkedIn on there or Facebook.
Yeah, you get LinkedIn, or I was just thinking of directory type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What's that one? What's that? Oh, they just got in trouble. Never mind. I was thinking of that one
Right.
that Google funded, but
Mm-hmm.
you got any? Is there anyone on this one? There's no yet.
No. What I was going to show people is just the example of what you were talking about, just to further make people understand. Here's Chicago SEO, and there's me, but I'm here again with Facebook. So let's keep looking and see when we find the next Facebook. And I'm going to show you by this that there will be none.
There's one. There's a Yelp right there.
No. I was talking about Facebook. Facebook,
Oh,
because I'm on page one with Facebook right here. I'm on page one
yeah.
with Facebook, and I'm number one up there. So when we look back, we can look through here, and if you guys do this yourself, their Google only will allow look at there being one website. So in other words, I want you to look at it like this to make it real simple so you understand it, especially for you new people, because we've never really talked about this before. Cottongrammar.com is its own site. So it can't have two things on page one. Google
Well,
generally
you can
doesn't
have
allow that.
Yeah, you can have multiple things. It's just not in the same level of hierarchy. So it's not going to
Right.
be the same page level, but you could have
Right.
a category list in there. You could have a tag page there.
Right. I just meant
So it's like Amazon.
in that.
Yeah, you know how like Amazon, if you do something that ranks really well for Amazon,
Sure.
you'll have the category page and then you'll have an individual listing of it. So, but you'll never have two category pages and you usually never have two product listings.
Right. So if I just wanted to go here and rank a page that said Cotton Grammar Chicago instead of Chicago SEO and push it up here, you're generally never going to see that, is what I want to explain to you guys. Never. So right. So when you get a Facebook page right here that has this as an extension, and you want to come in with Chicago SEO, let's say that you own that extension. Generally, before you're going to take page one, you're going to have to pass me up, and then it'll kick me out altogether. So that's as far as I'm going to go with that. And I think we almost did an overshare there. So we will move along to the next question. Guys, if that was helpful, and you understood that, give me a number one. Did you guys even know that? Be honest. If you didn't know that, give me a 5. Yeah, there's a lot of 5s here. So we'll just leave it at that. There's a lot more we could go into that, but we'll just leave.
Craigslist, someone's saying that. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
You can take out Yelp with them.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Good. Next question is PBN posting question. Do you use any spun articles or are all articles 100% original? Dang, purchasing getting articles is getting expensive, says the question. So, Derek.
Yeah, I mean, I use 100% handwritten, unique content for PBNs and web desks or any Web 2.0.
Mm-hmm. I do as well.
Second tier I'll spin it, but it's not that you can't. It's just it's something that it's going to come back to hit you one day. You know, like right now, Google just thinks it's not about quality, it's about uniqueness. But you want to prepare for the algorithms in the future, not just what's going on today. So,
well, I've even heard a lot of rumors that they could put, and that there is at this moment, that they're testing with a Grammarly type of algorithm for punctuation and spelling and sentence structure.
Well, they're testing for it.
Yeah, so that's why it's wise to make sure that all that stuff's in order. So if they're testing it, it means they're trying to perfect it, which means it's on the way. It means that they're thinking about it. So that's why I think that Grammarly is such an important tool to have in your arsenal to check your stuff by, make sure your punctuation, all that is important.
It's not even just for SEO wise, but it's like if someone lands on that page and the grammar's horrible on it, it's not readable, and are they ever going to click through your website. No, they're not. So
Right.
don't forget these PBNs are also a source of traffic sometimes. It's
Great. Next question is, hello, wonderful fellows. Do you interlink your 2.0s? Post content from your WordPress to your Tumblr, for example. Derek.
okay, link and sharing the content. Sorry, I missed.
She says she wants to know if you interlink your 2.0s. Post content from your WordPress site to your Tumblr, for example, like linking from your WordPress to your Tumblr.
Well, yeah, that's a very basic level of DAS right there. So I don't use the same content, but sometimes like a Tumblr, though, you can just cite the source and you'll be fine and just use that as a backlink. But
yeah, you answered.
What they want to know.
Yeah, you answered that efficiently. Next question is, hey guys, what's your general time frame for a PBN to kick in when sending a link to your website? Varies. Could be from 1 day to 30 days. Don't know.
Yeah.
What do you say, Derek?
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on how often that the spider bots are coming through that site, really. So even if the quality of the content too. So sometimes they'll come in, give you an initial boost, and then sometimes it's going to go back down, and then sometimes it's going to give you the full amount of juice 2-3 months later. So the more authority the site has and the more traffic, and the more likelihood it's going to push faster, and that comes down to activity. So
Great. Next question is how much would you say a decent remarketing campaign would increase sales for a company? I realize it's going to be very different for everyone, but just a general idea. Thanks for all your super help.
It's
Go
more
ahead.
of a Joe question.
Yeah.
It's more of a Joe Morfolio question. I don't do a whole lot of retargeting.
I do retargeting, but not like people would think. It's almost a whole different webinar. How much is it going to increase your sales? Here's the whole thing, and I'm going to. Now's a good point for me to get on a little soapbox about it. There was people that asked, and what I was going to have a topic on the webinar tonight, and I changed my mind because it was of a negative nature, is 5 ways to make sure that you don't make money if you're new to OMG. One of them is to start doing Facebook advertising. And the reason is because you don't know SEO. And a lot of you guys aren't experts at anything. And until you become an expert at SEO, which is still very difficult, I'm still learning. Derek's still learning. Facebook is not an easy thing to tackle. And it's, in some cases, it can be very difficult, very challenging. And you have to have disposable income to test this sort of stuff out. And then when you wanted to do retargeting into it and just doing other stuff, now you're talking about you must have mastered SEO to where you can just rank any keyword at will. Then you're moving over to that. A lot of people will do anything to avoid going out and speaking to clients one-on-one or doing it, or finding a way that they can just sit in their underwear and just push buttons and make money. And I've wasted tens of thousands of dollars on Facebook, and I'm going to tell you, I still think I suck at it. And as you guys know, I don't suck at much. At least I make sure and train that I don't. And after a while, it's just a waste of time. So, guys, Facebook is pattern interruption marketing. And, and when you do stuff like that, people are looking to see what their friends did, their babies, school pictures, and things like that. And for you to think you're going to sell SEO, even if you're targeting business owners, it's not the greatest place for you to spend your time and your money. I think if you're new to OMG, it's better to take your money and invest them. Go to Juicy Domains and waste $500. And I think you're going to get a whole lot more bang for your buck in return than you are wasting that in Facebook advertising for you to figure it out. The split testing and what pictures work and just everything else. And there's no guarantee that it's going to continue working. It's just a level that there's modules in OMG about it. And I just laugh because I know that it's impossible to make that amount of money a month just doing Facebook advertising. and I don't care who says it, what says it. I'm telling you that it's impossible, and I'm putting it on recording. So, if you're going to do that much from SEO, it's no way. It's just not. You've had people like Joe and like other people who are really savvy in this sort of stuff, and it's just not possible. So you're going to make more money focusing on one thing instead of trying to spread your knowledge out and worrying about many different things. Your Facebook advertising and other stuff, now you're tackling into another level of you're not good at SEO. Now you're trying to go out and get good at another thing. So now you kind of are not very good at nothing and you're out trying to make money. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So until you've mastered SEO, like I've always said, basic SEO, don't move up to get your PhD and start asking why DAS doesn't work if you can't rank with PBNs. And if you don't know SEO and if you can't rank at will, I don't even think you should be messing with Facebook as a way of getting clients, because I think you're going to waste your time and your money and you're going to pull your hair out. And that's one of the things we went over with last week. So, I mean, if that makes sense, let me know. Give me number 5 if that makes sense. It's just, I've never seen, and there's only, guys, what I want to tell you is where there's smoke, there's fire. And I want you to think about this. Always use your common sense to like, and your gut to lead you. How many people have you seen making money off meetups and doing one-on-one sales to people? You see it all over OMG. But guys, I want you to be honest with me and put it on here because only Derek and I can see. We're the only ones on tonight. How many people have you ever seen make over $25,000 a month off just Facebook advertising for SEO? I want you to put the number in there. Well, there's only one that claims to. Right. So let me ask you a question. If you're a detective, well, Becker is a marketer. Becker's a marketer. So you're right. Becker, I believe, could. So what I'm like saying is guys, when you look at this, I mean, use your common sense. You've got one person that put modules out that they're killing it. Well, why isn't everyone else killing it? Because if you come up with a solid way to go out and get clients, it's replicable for everyone to do it. It's got to be simple enough. Complex things, stay away from. It makes no sense with anything. You'll never hear me teach anything that is complicated. It'll always make things more simple. And you go, yes. I mean, so think about it. Use your common sense. Where there's smoke, there's fire. You see people making money left and right. Hey, I just met with a client. Hey, I just got back from a meetup. I'm going to talk over here. I went to this BNI meeting. I did this. I did that. Getting around people works. Derek's got his salespeople out getting in front of people. Derek's not. Derek, do you have your people hired to sit in front of a computer all day?
No, they're pretty much never home or
But why?
on the computer. Really.
Why not, Derek?
I mean, it's just social interaction. It's the only way to break down those barriers, man.
Exactly. Right. So guys, anytime that you and I'm like glad that I want to get in this before we get into our training a little bit later is remember all these myths that you hear about email lists. I just sent out 150,000 emails and got 43 clients from it. No, not true. Guys, listen. For you to get the type of clients that I'm getting, that are over $4,000 or $5,000 a month, how many of you think that they're actually buying spam advertisement? Give me a number 5 if you really think they're opening up spam advertisement and buying it. No, and by the way, Chris Smith, you're absolutely wrong in what you posted. What I'm trying to tell you is it's the absolute opposite. What you just posted. So the absolute opposite, 100% opposite. So right. So I even forgot what I said because I was reading all this. I don't even remember what I said. So either way, guys, what I'm like saying is we're going to go over a lot of this stuff here in a little bit. Just guys, the email stuff, stay away from it. It's just not possible. No one's doing it. The only way that you're going to be doing this is by getting out, putting yourself in front of traffic. And we're going to go over that a little bit more here in a second. So we'll get back to the questions. That's right, Dave Keys. Dan Kennedy said it was true. I like Dan Kennedy. Says, next question is, do you guys ever set up a social syndication type of thing for clients? Less about DAS, more about automating the feed and social media exposure. I don't, Derek.
Once in a while I will, but I mean, if they're not publishing more than once a week, then I usually find it a waste of time. But if they actually are publishing, like I have some people that publish daily, and it's content, like the actual link-worthy content, and then that's one way to get actual natural links to the site. Not necessarily just from the syndication, but people actually reading the content, and then 1 out of 100 or 200 people might actually link to your content with either social or their own website, etc. like that. So that's just a natural link bait for me, but they have to be publishing enough to justify it for me.
Mm-hmm. Great. We got a lot of interaction on here back and forth, so I'm trying to try to weed out the questions in this.
Yeah.
Jose said it would be helpful if the masters of OMG would get together every now and then and clean up training that is located in OMG, like Facebook lead gen. Is it a waste of time? Is that possible? Well, to be honest with you, we all do get together. I talk to Derek very often. I talk to Fletch every day, Joe every day, Steven, Gregory Ortiz, Greg. We all talk every day back and forth. So we're current with what's going on. And there's not many more people that I can tell you that are more current in the world than on SEO than Derek, Stephen Floyd, Fletch, Joe Marfolio, myself, and Greg. So I'm sorry if I've left anyone out in there, but we do communicate with each other every day. There's some things that there's so much material inside of OMG right now that even there's material that I've put in there for modules that I think need to be updated. And, running a company as large as mine and having time to do the webinars, traveling to do this, it's very hard to get in there and just redo that training. And it's not that it's outdated. It's just that it could be more current. And we try to cover the currency in assimilation. So I did the citation stuff back of November of 2014. Well, that's almost a year ago. And how we rank in, the snack pack or the 3-pack is very differently than how it happened back then. It wasn't that the videos are incorrect, they're just incorrect for today. So assimilation webinars are here and designed to keep you updated on all that. We've also went over a lot of different things, but guys, I'm not saying this. If Facebook advertising is just very hard, and I know why you're saying that, but does it work? If only one person can get it to work, does that mean I don't know. You just be the detective on that. That's all I'm saying. So we will get here. Do you find press releases to be advantageous for new SEO business whenever you add additional services to your SEO? Well, it's good news that Derek and I have tested this quite extensively. I'll let Derek go.
Yeah, I think press releases are most of the time just a waste, especially some of these services that just retract 90% of the links after it's done, like Press Cable. Is that Cable Press or Press Cable?
Yeah, one of those. Yeah, but you are right, Derek. Any press release, even PR1M, which is, the most well-known, after 60, 90, or 120 days, over 90% of the links get pulled. They do a purge of all that stuff on there. So,
Yeah, if you have something worthy of press, and do it. But just people just doing a press release because they have a new service that no one really cares about, it's
right.
But if you have something newsworthy that actually has the potential of getting lots of readers and
sure.
attracting links, it's not the links from the press releases you want, it's the actual fact that people are going to read those things, and if it's local news, you're going to get actual traction on that. But if it's not traction worthy, right, it's not going to do anything. So.
Well said. Very well said. That's what press releases are used for. Like if your agency is going to be hiring 5 people, that
You
might
never,
be. Well, you never know. I mean, there's a job out there.
yeah,
There might be people saying, "Hey, we have a new
yeah, oh yeah,
digital," like a local news station. If you live in a small town, might say, "Hey, we have a local marketing agency that's ramping up with some new employees that are going to be adding 5 new jobs to the community." That's kind of what it's for, But I just once again,
I like stuff more. I like more stuff like, say, like if your agency was going to host, you're going to sponsor like a local carnival or something like that, and
Mhm.
then you can draw a lot of attention to that carnival that way, and you can actually probably get some clients out of that way too. So,
Mhm.
something like that, those along those
Right.
lines, for me.
Yeah, I tested just last week or a couple weeks ago. I bought a press release and put it at something that was number 2, and it didn't do anything. I mean, it just didn't. One of the things that I do that I have used press releases for, and this is, you want to keep this under your hat, is generally people really don't understand SEO very well. If for some reason, you're new and you're having a difficult time getting your client ranked very quickly, or you've ran into a problem, or they got hit with something, or you just forgot to put links to the page, whatever it is. If you do a press release and show it to your client, they generally think you're a magician. So it might buy you a month, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you can definitely get traffic off it,
yeah.
and that's
Mhm.
the main goal. Like I've seen a lot of people where they you do press releases, but for like a client, and then they attach it to something that's going on currently. That's the best way to get traffic off of it. So, like establishing your chiropractor as an expert in, um, say, a recent event that just happened, and they needed a chiropractor expertise or something like that, then that usually gets a lot of traction. Like anything you attach to like negative press or anything like that, there's and it's off. You don't do it for SEO, you do it for traffic. But
Mhm. Got it. I guess Chris Leith got scared. Oh my God, Cotton scared me. Thought he was talking to me for a second. I was talking to Chris Smith. There's a lot of Chris's on here, so now. Next one, right. CEOs not hanging out on Facebook to purchase services or reading junk mail. That's right. It says, would you say cold calling business owners from YP is worthwhile? 5 days a week, 8 to 5 for client getting. I'm going to tell you
we
something.
don't do it. But
No, no, no. This is how I'm going to answer that, because I want to answer it correctly. Anything better than you working 2 hours a day is is better than you just doing 2 hours a day. So what I'm trying to tell you is nine out of 10 times when I have a one-on-one with someone to try to figure out why they're not doing well, they're just not working. So what I'm telling with you is, if you're serious and if you are literally doing that, I would rather you do that than tell me that you're doing something for only 2 hours a day when I know that's what you're doing. So is it the best way to get clients? No. Can you get clients from it? Well, you can get clients from anything. There's smarter ways to do it. Um, no, I wouldn't do that. Would you guys like for me to tell you what? You guys like after hours, don't you? How would you guys like for me to show you one way that you could pull clients a little bit easier, that's kind of sneaky? It isn't the greatest in the world, but it can certainly get you that are new started and then going. Go to the Facebook group. We're going to do our first hashtagging of the night. Otherwise, it wouldn't be an assimilation webinar. Give me a hashtag after hours if you want me to show you a new client getting technique after we get done that is going to make life a shade easier for you, that I've never, ever, ever, ever revealed before. So we need to get at least 200 or 300 of these to make up for me not hashtagging before to look like we've had a webinar here. Oh, guys, we're like going to be in the OMG Way group, the OMG Way group. So in the new group or wherever you're tagging at, I have no idea. So let's get it. Hold on, I've got so many things going on here. Let's go to webinar stuff. So we're going to be in the OMG Way group right here. We've only got, so we need to see tons of comments. And if we're going to get this thing rolling, we got 81 comments. I need to see at least 200 in the next 15 minutes if you guys want to see something. It'll help you. I promise you that it will. Like I said, it isn't on a scale of 1 to 10. I like grade it a 5. I mean, it's not a 10, but it'll definitely help some of you newbies. I mean, some of you experienced people are going to turn your nose up at it. Some of you newbies will be able to make some money. We'll be able to get some of your first clients with this and be able to open up some doors, maybe be able to trade some services, do some other stuff. So, and by the way, I see Darren lighting it up, but Darren, what I'm going to show, I don't know if it's available in the UK, man. I'm sorry. I think this might be only available in the United States. So I see Darren lighting it up, but that's why. So we'll see what we got. We're going to do it anyway. So here we go. Dave Keys gave us a little message there. It says, Michael tells, I'm not even going to try to say your last name. Anchor text question. If you were ranking for a person's name, like reputation management, how would you diversify the anchor text? That depends on the site's name. A lot of different things. I would have to see the site name, the person's name, a lot of different stuff. Derek, do you have a different answer?
Well, it could come down to search volume too on that one too.
Sure.
So like if you're trying to rank for something like, like if it was like Bill Gates or something like that, and obviously your name is probably not the same Bill Gates people are looking for, right? And so when you're trying to rank for that, there's different intention. Usually they know that you're trying to rank for his name because you want the traffic or whatever, right? But if it's usually reputation management, it's a name that's only important to one or two, like that one person, and then you can actually use a higher percentage on that because it is so much branded anchor text, right? So because it's established with that business, and so therefore you don't have to vary it as much. Like you could probably get away with 30 to 40% anchor text in that one name. Like so, because I mean every time you do, say like you're doing a blog comment or whatever, and you're leaving it, the anchor text is going to be your name, right? So it's very natural to have that kind of anchor. So you can kind of push the threshold a lot more on that one, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Next question. Joanne asks, what are your top 4 plugins for PBN? I have no idea. I mean, that might make a good webinar to, the top 10 plugins you need on your WordPress site. We might cover that. Always looking for webinar topic ideas to go over to help people. That might be a good one, but we'll go over that one at a later date. I'm not going to try to avoid you, but the same ones that you should be using on all your sites. They have them in Network Crusader. We've given away a Lightning WP plugin that has some of them on there, so we can go through. Yes, Chris Smith, I see your message. I know you were joking. It says, Dave Keys wants to know, Juicy Domains, pretty good stuff there? Yes. Looked around there quite a bit. Guys, how many of you guys have used Register Compass? Give me a 6 if you've used Register Compass before. So, some of you. Give me a 3 if you have no damn clue what Register Compass is. which I think we're going to get some 3s. So,
or Dome Cop, or
yeah, just anything. Guys, what they've basically done is they've just kind of made a more modernized version to where now you don't have to keep bouncing around to all these different sites trying to find domains. You can just go there. I've enjoyed being on the site. It's very slick looking. It's great graphics. It feels expensive, which is the biggest thing I hate about these sites. Very well put together, very user friendly, and you can find a ton of good PBNs there. So we
actually have some really cool features that are being implemented this week. So if you like having we use Wayback Machine and the Majestic Cloud now, so we can actually cross-reference and do spam checking, and you get a lot more information. So it's something cool you're going to check out maybe next week, but it's all in staging right now. But no one's doing any of that stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, No, it's no. If you have to have one PBN kind of finder, that's definitely the one I would be using. That's very well put together, and with the more additions coming to it, if you're searching and buying your own PBNs and looking for specific metrics, when you know exactly what you're looking for. And I'm gonna, guys, and one of the things I'm gonna be going over at OMG Live, I'm telling you right now, Juicy Domains is gonna be one of your lifesavers for this thing that you keep having me talk about, power blocks. Juicy Domains is literally going to have to tie into this. You're going to be using it no matter what, because you're going to have to be searching for specific metrics. And this is the one place, the only place that I know where you can get all that stuff in one. So check it out if you haven't checked it out. Derek will put the link in the chat box for you so you can check it out. So the Sweet Juice wants to know, what's the one thing we should know about the snack pack? That it's the same as the 7-pack except -4. And there's 4, literally, and that there's 4 people not in the main page that you should be contacting that are probably upset. So that's what you need to know about the snack pack.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot more traffic though in there. So I mean, the top 3, because you only have the top 3, you got rid of more than 50% of the competitiveness, right, or the competition, right? So those 3, I'm seeing a lot more traffic going through those.
Sure.
And I do notice that reviews they're a lot more important now, but other than that, it's still pretty much similar, same thing.
I even noticed, and maybe I'm wrong, that I've looked at it wrong, that even AOL is pulling those up now. That Google's pushing that out to all of the other subsidiaries that are pulling from Google. It wouldn't do that before. Now the 3-pack is showing up. They're forcing it. They're pushing it out everywhere.
Oh yeah. So they're definitely putting priority on them.
Yep. They're definitely making it worth it. So that's all you really need to know, man. Everything that we've went over on assimilation before, God, man, it seems like we went through 90 straight days of local stuff. So yeah, we'll just go back and watch.
Cool is sure. A lot of the stuff that I was ranking number 4 or 5 from the map pack, and then now I'm number 2 in the snack pack. So yeah, man, that's cool.
Oh sure. Yeah, but guys, if you want, just go back and watch. And guys, I wish I could tell you the dates. I don't even know myself. We've had so many webinars. Go back. We have covered week after week after week. We even did a 7-pack, deassimilate the 7-pack. We've did that with Stephen Floyd. We've done all that. So go back and rewatch those and just treat it as if we were talking about the snack pack, and you'll be fine for the moment. So all of that training still holds up fantastic right now. So the next question is, yeah, he already got it answered. Does beefing up citations increase the power of the links to the money site?
Yes.
There you go. See what's here. If citation training is a bit outdated, what do you currently use for citation? No. What we covered it in assimilation. Well, you know what I'm going to do is I've just thought about it. How many of you guys would like this? And if you want me to do this, guys, because literally it'll take me 2 days of my life. I mean, I'm not lying. It'll probably take me 10, 15, maybe 20 hours to do this. But I've thought about doing it. If there's enough demand for it, I'll get it done. How would you guys like? And I want you to give me a hashtag do it. If you want me to go through all the assimilation webinars this year and pull out the lesson and make them into different videos and tag what the lesson is. Just have the lesson. So in other words, if we're doing deassimilate the 7-pack, I go in there, I just right when the lesson starts, right when it ends, and label it as such so you guys can go back in and have access to that information. Guys, if I'm going to put 20, 25 hours of my life into this to clean up all these videos and do all of that, I need to see a phenomenal amount of hashtag do it's. So, and by the way, I can't promise you when I would get this done. It's an idea that I've had. Uh, it would it would just take a lot of time. I might have somebody, I might even get, if someone wants to volunteer and help me do it. I don't necessarily have to do it, but I like have the master. The reason that I really want to do it is I have the master video, which is, 720p, and the videos that get uploaded lose a lot of quality. So I want to make them as clear and, as they were when you first got them. So let me see here. I haven't even looked to see if people's even responding. Let's see if we get some do-its here. I figured everyone would probably be down for that. Actually, it's it's locked up my Facebook, so I guess so. So, I don't know where everyone's posting that. Here, I'm gonna have to refresh the page. So we'll go from there. Yeah, looks like we're getting a lot of do-its. So yeah, that'd be an awesome resource. One guy he's been doing it himself. Yeah, I think that, yeah, I don't know about tags and timestamps. I'm not going to sit there and do that, but just the lesson itself that you can have access to it for you to go in and listen to, you could comb through, I think would be successful. Derek and I have literally, I'm pretty proud of the work that we've put together over the last 8 months or 9 months now. I think it's some of the best training that's been done. And a lot of times you got to go through all of that, and it's never been. And this is the first problem that OMG's ever had. Normally the Q&As and other stuff, they're just there for you to go back and listen to. But there's been some pretty incredible lessons been done by Stephen Floyd. Literally to go back and watch Derek talk about anchor text. That almost needs to be a staple that's put inside of OMG, the lesson that he threw down in there, the agency 101 stuff, some of the other stuff. So might have to be a time to where I might have to go in and get it done. But guys, I cannot promise you when. It would definitely have to be after the New York assimilation. So it would probably have to be during, I'd probably have to take a couple days out in October to get it done. It would definitely be before OMG Live. So that's why. Just an idea that I had, and it seems like it's a pretty popular idea. So I'll do it. You got my word. I'll get it done. I will get it done. So we will get those videos broken up and have the tagged lesson on there. And there's a lot of stuff that just might not make the cut, or if the lesson wasn't great, or if I don't think that we needed it. But the real valuable ones, and you guys know what I'm talking about, literally need to be kind of standalone modules right there. So we'll go ahead and I give you my word that I will get that done before OMG Live. So can't promise when before OMG Live, but I will get it done before OMG Live. So let's go on to, we'll do a couple more questions. Guys, you have a checklist. Do you guys have a checklist that you go through the process of a client? Do you, Derek?
We have some of my teammates who are really organized, kind of have checklists. I don't really follow them, but so we do have one, and they kind of all follow it, and I just kind of do whatever I want. But I just find, I look at a site and I kind of know what it needs to be done. Mm-hmm. In terms of SEO, but in the terms of clients and stuff like that, I think it does have a benefit to be a lot more organized. So I'm sure you do follow a system a little bit.
No, not really, man. I'm the same as you are. I mean, it just really depends on, what needs to be done. I know, not like really. Sometimes I signed up 7 new clients this week. So I'm going to get started on all of them tonight. So I'll probably do the same thing on all 7 sites at once. Without getting into too much detail. So I like normally do it in groups. Okay, we'll do all of them to this. We'll do all of them to this, and kind of raise them
Yeah.
up like babies themselves. So it's like all different. Now I write down what I do. Otherwise, I wouldn't have any damn clue what I do. But checklists can be varied often what I do, even out of sequence. So
Yeah, I mean, I always do like for SEO. I always familiarize myself with the site, and then I do like a crawl for Skimming Frog to make sure there's no technical issues, and then I check their on-site and do everything on-site before I even start doing off-site SEO. But so
great.
it's just kind of I don't have a checklist, but it's something it's just a habit for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, next question is, hey Cotton, you mentioned trading LinkedIn recommendations in the director's cut area. I've scrutinized the hell out of the site and can't find anything. I tried to make it as easy as possible. I don't know if a lot of you guys know this. Let me go over to the Facebook group. I don't know if it was working or not. The search hasn't been working according to some people. I don't know. So let's see. So we'll see. I mean, it's a big, gargantuan, freaking blue picture. I mean, you can almost just scroll, and and you're gonna right there. That's why I did it like that, so you can find it without having to look. It's right here. So all you got to do is look. There's this search over here. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm not going to tell you that it's flawless. There was people complaining, posting in the group last week or something that it doesn't work. But if you just put in LinkedIn and just scroll down, I mean, how can you miss that? That's why I made that picture that big, so you can scroll down and find it. So for those of you that don't, there's only 64 people actually that have asked to trade the recommendations right there. So guys, you're going to have to stay on other people to get it done. And it's not going to be easy right now because it was easy when it was first. I've been screaming about doing this for almost 2 years now. So, it's going to be a little bit harder to get some of the older people to do it, especially for new people and other stuff. But keep pushing this up to the top here. I'll just put a period right here and push it up to the top for you. There. So there you go. So that's how you search for stuff in the Facebook group. Which PBN finder is Cotton talking about? I'm talking about Juicy Domains. Derek already sent the link over to you guys. So that's what we're talking about. What are the top 3 client getting methods we're using? We're going to go over a little bit of that tonight, here in a little bit. So Juicy Domains can't get me my domains anywhere near my niche. Well, Derek, you might have something different to say about that. I've always known it to be able to get anything.
If you put a custom order in, yeah, I mean, if you put it, I mean, you got to think about one of the pet peeves I have with people, like, they're trying to do something like, say, they're trying to rank a dentist or whatever, and then they only want old dentist sites, which don't make sense to me because since when do dentists really link to other dentists? It's usually coming from more of a generic like health or even educational, or you really have to start digging into what's actually ranking most dentists. So you look at their links and see what kind of topical relevance they have. So usually it's never one niche, right? It's not going to be lawyers only linked to lawyers, dentists only linked to dentists. So you have to start thinking more along those lines and trying to go for more just like for lawyers, like go for more society kind of type stuff, or dentists is going to be more health related, or even education stuff. So like if you do a custom order on Juicy Domains, we usually will look for anything that fits to that niche. But we also have the auctions too, right? So it's not like if there's something that you just want to rebrand, or if there is going to be a really high authority site that you want to buy, it's going to be in the auctions as well, right? So the juicy picks are more for people trying to save money, right? But there's nothing wrong with auctions. If you have the money, get an auction, right? So.
But guys, Derek brings up such a very valid point. I don't know of dentists linking to other dentists. So guys, if this makes sense to you, give me a 7. I mean, you like guys can't think so narrow-minded. You have to kind of think out a little bit. I mean, just think about the top dentist in your city. He could be at a marketing site. Guys, you could buy a marketing PBN and write the secrets to marketing, your like dentist practice, and have that going back. And you could use that as a general PBN. I mean, you have to think like that. You have to be creative, but I don't think that John Doe dentist is going to be linking to John Jones dentist. Why?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes no sense. No
Especially when
sense.
they're the ones who want the traffic. They're not going to try and send it to someone else, right? So,
Exactly. So if you want to make it natural, guys, it's true, dude. Dave Key said it true. General PBNs are very badly underrated, guys. That is what I use. That is the arsenal that I use to rank cottongrammar.com, that is very visible, that I use to rank a lot of different things. Is you turn different general PBNs into certain things, especially branded names. You could turn it into a marketing PBN. You could turn it into just any different type of stuff. Local news. If you live in Louisville, Kentucky, you could turn it into Louisville, Kentucky news if you're going to be doing it for Louisville clients. Just think outside the box.
yeah.
Think outside the
Oh
box.
yeah, like just one person was posted like entertainment and trucking site. Like, I mean, I have a trucking site linked to a dentist too. It's like, what if you had the
Right.
top 10 reasons truckers have tooth decay or whatever? It's like
There you go.
very most yeah, exactly. Entertainment, like how many people have veneers and celebrities?
That's right. You could have a celebrity gossip site and talk about dentists. You could have about doctors. You do anything, guys. You just got to get creative. I don't care if it's a plumber site. You can have them back.
Yeah.
Like the top best teeth of like plumbers in Orlando, Florida. I mean, what? It's a little far fetched, but it works. It's natural.
Yeah.
So just.
I see like millions of domains come up for expired, right? And like for dentists, for example, is most dental sites, they're going to be spam. They're always spam because that's one of the number one sources for lead generation, right? So you see all these dentists plus city dentists, it's just like they're building lead gen sites, and they're not using natural links, they're using SEO tactics and old PBNs, so trying to find something more that specifically relevant to that topic, it's just nonsense,
Right. I definitely hear you. So it's all good. See if there's any more questions. Joanne says that she wants one on plumber's butt crack. Did you see that?
When you want an idea for it.
Right. She could write an article about plumber's butt crack. So either way.
Yeah, it's entertainment.
So either way. All right, guys, we've about exhausted the Q&A. What we're going to do is I've seen a lot of posts in a Facebook thread over the last week on clients, all on client stuff. So what I want to do is I want to take right now for at least 5 minutes and give you an opportunity to post your client getting questions. Guys, they need to be specific. I don't want you to post generalized questions like, Cotton, what's the meaning of life? Like, give me the 5 different ways to make money with client. No. If you have a specific problem right now that you're running into that I can help solve, you're live in action. It's a movie, you're right in the middle. There's the action, and you need help. Post your question, and we want to be able to get to it. That's like what I want. If no one's got it, we'll move right on with the lesson. But if there's anyone that can benefit from something that they've got, we'll give it a couple minutes. We don't have any questions yet. That if you're right in the middle of the action, you got something going on, I want to be able to help you. Let's let everyone hear it, and then we'll get it going. Would I recommend BNI and Chamber of Commerce? I went over this on Ghost Webinar last week. And I guess I'll just get it on record. I don't like them. And I'm going to tell you why. Everyone goes there has one reason only. It's called me, 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 me. They're there with an agenda. And their agenda is what can they get out of the meeting? So when you get there with a bunch of people that are not business owners, that really aren't that successful, well, let's face it. Do uber successful people, guys? Here's a better question, and I really want you to answer this honestly. Give me a 1 for yes and a 2 for no. Do you really believe that I would go to a BNI? I want to see this. Right. And what's your reason why I would not go to a BNI? Because I know that these people have nothing to offer me. I know they're not business owners, and I know that they're struggling. So I have better uses for my time. So can you get business from them? Yes. Do I want to tell you that it is the gold mine of how to get clients? Absolutely not. Because when you've got an insurance agent over there, when you've got this person, that person, this person, they all have an agenda, and the agenda is what can I get from you? So if you don't come in there and give, in other words, you don't give something to where everyone owes you, you're not going to get anything in return. Does that make sense? So if you can't walk into that meeting and give someone everything of value, massive value that they owe you, you're not going to get anything from them. They're generally skeptical. People that have been there a while have, they like control the room. And, you know, that's why. I just think there's better ways of doing it. Now, meetups, on the other hand, are very different because they're meetings that are controlled by you. So think about that. A meeting that's controlled by you versus a meeting that you're going into to where everyone's already been there for a while. Now you've got to come in, you're the new guy, and just face it. Anytime you come into a new group like this, you got to prove yourself. Well, how long do you, and you guys are wanting to make money quick. Now, if you like going to these meetings and chilling and and high-fiving people or getting to know friends for a while, sure. But if you think you're going to go to one BNI and just pull out money, I just don't see it happening at a high rate of success. I think there's smarter ways for you to spend your time. So give me a 5 if that makes sense. Give me 5. If anyone, and guys, I'm not going to be offended by this. If you disagree with it, give me a 1. I mean, my advice isn't God. I mean, and you guys have been there. You walked into a BNI meeting, you're uncomfortable, everyone's looking at you, and it's almost like if you don't come in with $100 bills for everyone, they're not going to move. So that's why. So, and Uber's, guys, and I'm going to repeat this again, Uber successful people do not show up to these. Business owners don't show up to these. What you're doing is you got the lackeys that are promising that they're going to go out and bring you in the big fish. Well, I have a better idea for you. So we're going to go into client lesson number 1 here. So the idea of a BNI is to, 1, go there and get these people to go to work for you. Do you understand that concept? Give me a 4, because that's why you're there. Give me a 4 if you understand that concept. You want these people to work for you. So you're trusting that these people are, 1, in front of big fish. Well, that's not true. 9 out of 10 of them aren't. They're just like you. Because let's face it, you're not in front of big fish, and you're showing up there to get their big fish. So you got a bunch of people showing up with no fish. So it's almost like a no fish fry. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. So how I found a greater amount of success is this. Why don't you put people to work that are already in front of the money? Now, how many of you guys have went car shopping at Mercedes and talked to one of the salespeople, got into a conversation with them, told them exactly what you do, and said, hey, you know what? How would you like to make an extra $1,000, $2,000 or $3,000 a month? Very easy. How's that? And you tell him about your business and you put him working for you. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think that that guy that is a Mercedes salesman who's been there for 3 or 4 years has got better contacts than anyone you can get at the BNI? If you believe that he does, give me a 9. Give me a 9. All right. Now, let's play this game. What about, and I'm going to tell you this right now, I get a lot of referrals in every week from Armani. I have the whole Armani sales staff in Orlando, just they're at work to work for me. Now, tell me that these guys aren't in front of the money. They're in front of people that like to spend high amount of money on clothes. I get texts from them all the time. Hey, Cotton, I think I got a big one for you. I'm going to hand out, they have my cards, and I pay them $1,000 for every person that they refer over. Now, I know how much these Armani people make, and this $3,000 can almost bump their income up, 30%. So think about it. They're in front of money. Guys, what would happen if you got someone at the Rolls-Royce dealer? Do you think they got some contacts, or do you want to go with BNI? How's that? What about, you want to know what? What about the guy at the country club? What about him? What about the bartender at the country club? Or what about someone, the wait staff there? And are you only paying them if you close your referrals? Absolutely. Of course. I'm not going to pay them if they don't follow through, and they understand that. So guys, tell me this, and be honest. If you would rather do it this way, and I can keep going on with example, there's Ferrari dealers, there's this, there's that, there's season ticket holders. Guys, put yourself in front of the money. Put yourself in front of the money and try to get people that are working for you, getting referrals, that are already in front of the money. Now, tell me, would you rather do it the way I've just taught you, or would you rather do it through BNI? If you'd rather do it my way, give me hashtag my way. Just hashtag my way. If like that makes sense. I want to make sure that everyone is following me here. And why I feel, and you can do this at any time, guys. Here's the beauty about this. Anytime you want, you can go out and do this, and in different cities, in different places. And I'm not even telling you every place where there's money at, guys. What about aviation sales? What about yacht sales? What about all these other things? So, guys, remember, how many of you seen that list that I posted on my website last week of all local niches? Wouldn't it be smart to possibly go through that and put yourself in front of those money? Do you don't think a yacht, a person that sells yachts might not have some good contacts for you? How about going to your CPA or your local insurance agent and doing their SEO, on a trade that they email out all their clients? How about that? I mean, guys, what I'm saying is, don't waste your time waiting around to get clients, especially with BNI and other stuff. So what I'm saying is, guys, put yourself in front of the money. That's what you got to do. That's what I'm going to tell you now. That's what I'm going to tell you every time. And it's these little things, these little niches, these little smart things that is going to blow your business up. That if you just do the small things. Guys, look at hobbies that also people with money have. Just use your head. Use your head with that. So that's one way right there that can absolutely help you better than BNI. Because remember, the next time you go to a BNI, look around the room. It's a bunch of people that have no real connections. And what they're going to do is they're out there trying to find connections for you. I'd rather deal with people that have instant connections right now. So that's just how I like to do it. So that makes sense, guys. Give me a 7. That makes sense. Want to make sure that everyone, and yes, I did name, there's a real big bomb also that I haven't said, and we'll just save that for later. So, and one says, how do you approach these people? If you don't have a Mercedes Royce Armani budget, pure guys, first of all, I'm glad that question came up. I'm very glad that question came up. So we're going to talk about, for the new people that haven't went through this before, we're going to talk about how to approach. Guys, one of the number one things that you can do, and all the things that I see is people lack, is confidence. Confidence. Guys, I'm going to tell you this. I don't run around in a suit. I wear flip-flops. I wear, a t-shirt, shorts, and I walk into these Mercedes and BMW dealers. Guys, wealthy people generally don't walk around with suits and gold chains hanging around them. We're not rappers. We're not rappers. So, I'm like due to make, I don't know, close to 5 million this year. And you would never know it. And the bottom line is my dad's worth uber amounts of money. You would never know it. Guys, my whole point of it is don't, these salespeople are smart enough to know you don't judge people by what they're wearing or how they come in. You judge them by how they open their mouths and by what they're pushing out. And when I walk in there, they automatically know that I'm a player. They automatically know that I'm in there to buy. So what you have to do is guys, it's pretty simple. This also comes over to your client getting. If you can't make, hold on, let's just stop this because I want to see this. Guys, how many of you are simply believe that you're just not good at sales? Give me a number 5 right now. Be honest, it's just Derek and I. Put it in the webinar chat box. I don't want you to put it on the Facebook group so like people can see it. And if you just don't feel that you're good at sales, and I'll wait for everyone. Derek, that's a pretty lot of people that don't think they're very good at sales. You see that?
Yeah,
That's
hardly
a lot
anyone's really good at sales. So
well, here's why.
it's really good skill.
Yeah, guys, you know what? I'm glad that you guys were absolutely honest and put that you don't think you're good at sales. Because I'm going to tell you this. Whatever you say is generally true. That's right. Whatever comes out of your mouth, whatever you say that you believe is generally true. So if you believe that you're not good at sales, you're right. I believe you. You want to know why? Because your belief. That's exactly what I talked about. When I walk in to this Mercedes dealer or a Ferrari dealer, it's my belief is why they know I've got the money. And if you posted 5, the problem is that they know what you believe. Think about that. You don't believe in yourself. So if you don't believe you're good at sales, therefore you're not going to be. Guys, I don't really like sales, if that makes any sense to you. But I can tell you this, I'm amazing at it. Because I'm amazing at it, I believe it. Guys, you must be very careful whatever comes out of your mouth and whatever you allow yourself to say. Because once that comes out of your mouth, you're done. If you go, yeah, I'm really not good at SEO, I just need to sell. I believe you. I believe you. Don't even try. I believe you. You have to believe before anyone else will. And guys, if you want the secret of why I close so many deals, does it seem like to any of you right now that I lack one shred of confidence? Think about it. Give me a 9 if you would feel more comfortable with me at your side if we were going in trying to close a deal. Give me a 9. Right. You want to know why? I wouldn't have a damn clue what was going on. But you believe because I'm confident. I believe that I can close the deal. And I don't even need to know much about it. So guys, everything you do you want to know how to go out and get clients. He goes, well, Cotton, the meetup method, I just don't know if it works. You're right. It probably doesn't for you. You don't believe it does. Guys, if you can't get behind, and I'm going to tell you why in some instances, certain client getting tactics work for some and not others. If you don't believe it, you can't do it. And you go, well, Cotton, I don't believe in anything, so therefore I just need to leave OMG. Well, that's the problem. It's also called being spoiled. Guys, for you to get to the amount of money that you need to get to, you're going to have to do a lot of things that you don't want to do. Now, we're not asking you to murder people. We're not asking you to rob cars. This is not Grand Theft Auto, or go out and, light a bottle of whiskey on fire and throw it on someone and watch them burn. We're not asking you to do that. It's talking to people. And guys, you do it every day. If you can't do it, there's something wrong. Now, are some people going to be better than others? Yes, because some people believe more than others that they can get it done. Now, I understand this. I've had to do a lot of things that I didn't want to do to get to where I'm at. But guys, once you get to that level, then you can hand that stuff off. Derek now is in a position to where he doesn't particularly love sales, so he's outsourced that out to someone else. But guess what? If you're just starting out in OMG right now, you don't have that luxury of having the ability to outsource your sales. So what you got to do is just buck it up for a few months and get your core amount of clients together. I know that with all of the training that we have in OMG, you can get 10 clients. And even if it's $3,000 a client, that's $30,000 a month. That's it. But you're going to have to get uncomfortable. And when you're uncomfortable, that means you're doing something right. But you got to believe that you can be good at it. Now, if I'm not making sense, guys, if you're following what I'm saying, give me a 6. Give me a 6 if I'm making sense. Right. So all you guys that posted 5, I really want you to stop and think about, there should be nothing. Guys, I want you to believe the impossible. I want you to believe the impossible, because you want to know what? Do you really believe that I thought people would chuckle at me when I was at $40,000 a month and I go, I'm going for 100? All right. But guess who believed first? I did. When I was at 100, I said I was going to go for 250. I got the chuckles again. I believed it more than anybody. When I was at 250, I knew I was going to be at 500. Once again, I got the chuckles. Now, no one chuckles when I say something. My goal is to be at $1 million a month in the next 7 to 8 months. So my whole point of it is, guys, answer me this. Do you believe me? Do you believe that I can hit $1 million a month? Give me a 3 if you do. Give me a 3 if you do. And you want to know why you believe that I can? Because of my conviction about what I believe. That's why. And guys, if you can't have a come to Jesus meeting with yourself and say there's nothing in this world that's holding me back, a little conversation, talking to people, it's the easiest thing in the world to do. You're going to have to get uncomfortable for a little bit. You're going to have to get creative. Some of you, it's going to be harder than others. You're going to have to write down exactly everything that can go wrong and overcome it. Are you going to mess up? Absolutely. But guess what? You won't make that same mistake again, because all of you are trained by us. You're too smart. All of you have to be semi-successful. You were able to spend $7,000 to get inside of OMG. You're not broke. So you made money somehow, somewhere. So the whole idea is, guys, is remember, this isn't a job that you're signing up to do for the rest of your life. If you want to do what Derek does and do SEO, then you can. Or if you don't want to do SEO and just want to do sales, you still need to know how to make sure your SEO is getting done right. So either way, you're going to have to do some things that you don't want to do. I happen to enjoy all of them. It doesn't bother me to do all of them. I like to stay sharp. What I find is if I don't do something for a while, I become very stagnant in it. So guys, please, I beg you, the first lesson tonight is this. If you can't believe that you can do it, don't expect your clients to, don't expect me to, don't expect to be successful at it. And I'm serious. So when you say you're not good at sales, what I need you to do is some positive affirmations and say, I can be great at anything that I want to. You need to sit down and visualize yourself talking to these clients and just owning the whole meeting. Now, I'm going to show you some things right now to give you advantages. Now, guys, here's what I want you to understand about sales. When we're getting clients, it's all simply about this. It's the same battle over and over and over again, and you have the advantage because you have been in this battle before, they have not. Does that make sense? Give me a 6 if that makes sense. Right. It's the same battle over and over again. And guess what? You know what can happen. They don't. And if you don't, you will after you do it a few times, and you'll correct it. You're not going to die. You're not going to blow up. You're not going to kill puppies if you mess up. It's okay. So just remember that. So to get good, doesn't it make sense that if you want to get good at something, the same battle that you have to play over and over, that you've got to play it over and over again? So what I'm going to do is, guys, is I'm going to spend a few moments right now going through the basics again. For those of you that have never heard the basics before or haven't went back through, watched some of the training or watched a past assimilation webinar, we're going to go through how to put you in the advantage of every battle that you're in with a client. And it is a battle, and I look at it as such. There's a winner and there's a loser. They're either you sign them and you win, or you don't and you lose. So it's a matter of that. That's how I look at it. So I look at it as competition and I look at it as fun. So the number one thing I want to teach you with all this is you have to listen. Listen. That's why God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. You're supposed to listen more than you talk, especially when you're dealing with clients. But now I want to give you guys unfair advantages about what happens. So we're going to go to my site. And what I'm going to show you is, guys, is these questions keep happening over and over again, which is what happens if you don't have credibility? If you're brand new right now and you got a client, but you don't have credibility, promise me, I promise you when I say this, that if I was new right now, the very first thing that I would tell you to do while you're doing your OMG training is you need to be going out right now, getting all of your LinkedIn recommendations together. That's right. You need at least 20, 25, something it's going to look like it can't be faked. You know, I don't even want to say that word, something that looks impressive. 25, 30, whatever number that is. And you need to not stop until you hit 2025. And then I already know what the second question is. But Cotton, isn't that going to look suspicious? It all coming from other SEOs? No, not to anyone but you. Now you're paranoid. I've never had that question ever pop up. Once again, guys, whatever you believe is what's true. If you want to sit around like a Minnie Mouse going, what if they figure out that I traded my LinkedIn recommendations and it blows it all up? Then guess what? It blows up. It's going to blow up. Because you don't believe it, they don't believe it. You know what? I want you to do that right now. Go to the OMG group right now, and I'm looking on my other sheet. Give me hashtag believe it. Hashtag believe it. I want to make sure, because this is what the theme of all of this is about. If you don't believe what you're doing, it's not going to work. So I've seen questions in the Facebook group. Oh, I just can't. But I've only got 15 LinkedIn recommendations and they're all from other SEOs. It makes no sense. No, you know what you did. So therefore you're guilty about it. And instead of holding strong, you're crumbling like a cookie is what you're doing. Here's how conversations go with me. And guys, I want to see a lot of hashtag believe it's. I'm like looking on my other screen. I want to make sure that everyone gets the theme of this. If you don't believe it, if it comes out of your mouth, it's true. So I want you to stop any negative thoughts that are coming out of your mouth. Oh, well, I have to, the client stuff. No, client getting's fun. I'm great at it. You're going to have to make yourself believe if you're going to get successful. So here's how a conversation normally goes. Yeah, do you have any references or referrals? Absolutely. If you'll go to my website, cottongraber.com, you'll look and see that there's a testimonial tabs over there. If you'll click on it, it will lead you to a whole testimonials page, which will lead you to my LinkedIn page, which I have well over 50 people documenting their references for me that I've worked for. If there's anything else you need, that should be sufficient. Let me know. Guys, would you ever have a problem? Do, do you even question me after I've said that? Guys, I've never been questioned after I've said that. Ever. Ever. So I want you to get that out of your head. Well, no, I want a written. You've got written. It's transparent. Look, I don't understand. I've shown you enough right now through my rankings. I've shown you enough through my testimonial section. If that's not good enough for you, then chances are we're not a good fit to work together. I literally say that. I've only had to say it twice. There's another thing, guys. I'm not scared to lose a client. Well, yeah, Cotton, that's because you've got so many. No, it doesn't matter. People can smell desperation. People can smell that you're just clawing at it. I mean, I want you to think about it. Have you ever dated someone and it's just, oh my God, they called you consistently, text, 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 text. I love you. You're like, oh my God, just so needy. That's what you're like if you don't hold your ground. Remember, the mind frame that you've got to have is that you are the best in your field. Do you think that the best doctor in your city acts that way? Do you think about it. You go into your doctor. Well, I need some references that you know how to do surgery. Really? You might go out and say that you're going to get a second recommendation, but you don't make the doctor pull out his references. So the question is, it's you. You're the one that came in looking desperate, or you're the one that came in that wasn't believable. So if people aren't believing you, and if you're getting hung up on that all the time, I had that asked to me 1 out of 30 clients about testimonials or referrals because it's right here on my website right there. They can go right there. Now, if you're brand new, what I encourage you to do is I don't give a damn what you do. You need to go out and rank for something. I don't even care if it's internet marketing, Kalamazoo, or whatever. Rank number 1 for something with the video, with this, with that. Get it up there. Find an easy keyword. Digital marketing. If you're in Chicago and you're having a time, then find a long tail keyword that has internet marketing Chicago, digital marketing Chicago. I know it's a large area. You can find something. Online reputation management, rank number 1 for something. You're going to get discouraged if you sit there and try to rank for New York SEO and you're angry because you're not number 1 after 5 months. So why don't you try to get a smaller amount of success to show people that you have some number 1s, whether it be the expert in that city or where it's someone else. That's credibility. Remember, 9 times out of the 10, I rank where I'm at to shut people up, to shut them up. So I don't have to have these conversations about whether I'm worth hiring or not, or whether I'm good or not. So go out and do you really think they know? Guys, let's stop and think, and let's be honest. Detach yourself from all of this right now. Do you really think that any business owner on a local level knows the difference between Chicago SEO and Chicago internet marketing expert? Give me a 5 if you believe that they have no clue. Give me a 5. Right. But you want to know who it matters to? You. You don't believe. That's just it. I can sell with that keyword all day long. So my whole point of it is rank number 1 somewhere. Get it. They don't know the difference. You can say, well, I'm ranked number 1 for Chicago internet marketing expert in a city of, 8 million, 10 million people. Look at this. I mean, it's impressive on any level. Impressive on any level. So what I'm saying is, guys, yes, I rank for one of the hardest keywords in Chicago. But who really knows that besides OMG? Let's get realistic. So my whole point of it is, guys, whether it's online reputation management expert, or whether it's internet marketing experts instead of expert, guys, rank your website somewhere. Get it done. It's credibility. It's there in your pocket. That's going to help you get clients. The only person it's going to bother is you. Oh, you don't have any OMG cred with that. You're not, you know what? There's so many people that would rather have OMG cred than money. I see people posting in there every day that aren't at $30,000 a month that should be trying to get clients instead of answering questions. So my whole point of it is I'm giving you advice how to make money and close deals. If you're looking for OMG cred, that doesn't pay any money. It really doesn't. If you want to be on the dispatch report, or if you want to be a guest on a simulation webinar, I got a little secret for you. It doesn't pay any money. It really doesn't. It don't. So worry about making money. So a lot of times all these keywords are glamorized inside of OMG when literally you need to be out making money. Give me a number 7 if that makes sense. I want to make sure everyone's still following me. So that's right. We're here to make money. We're not here to post in Facebook and have 100 people like your post. I'm OMG popular. Who cares? It's not paying you any money. Oh, I just helped 3 people. But why are you not making $10,000 a month? Why aren't you out getting clients? So just remember that. Please. Rank anywhere. So I think I beat that with a dead horse, so now you get it. So once you rank somewhere, and we've already told you how to get credibility, you can get it through rankings, including long tail keywords, suburbs of your city. It doesn't matter. Pick one, get it done. You know what? You might be able to put up a page in your suburb with a long tail keyword and rank number 1 in a week. At least you got a number 1 under your belt. Hey, Derek, do you believe the theory, because I do, that if you have one number 1 on your site, that it's easier for you to get more number 1s? Do you believe that theory?
Oh yeah, it's you're proving that you have no penalty at least.
Right. You know what I found? I've found that I went after the experts everywhere, and the moment that I got number 1 for expert, the SEO flew like a rocket all the way up.
Yeah, you started influencing the click-through rate and stuff. So.
Exactly. So guys, what I'm saying is don't be scared to go after some long tails in your city. Even web design, whatever, come up with a number 1. If you've got one number 1 on your site, you're Google number 1 worthy. You get it? Now you got a number 1 under your belt. So I hope you're following me. So now, the second thing is, guys, I always get the question, now what do I do? I just talked to a client and they're interested. What do? I don't know. Well, guys, you send them to the discovery form on your page. And if you don't have a discovery form on your page, then you've been living under a rock somewhere and you haven't been paying attention to OMG. Now, guys, what this is, and I'm going to tell you why this is so important. If you're cold calling, and I'm just going to go through all of these things, whether I believe them or not, whether they work. If you're going to cold call, if you're going to, do email blast, no matter what you're going to do, if it doesn't matter, if you run into them in person, you are the beggar, they are the decision maker. Does that make sense? You're asking them for business. You are now held hostage to their answer. Give me a number 1 if that makes sense. No matter what you do, if you cold call, you are now held hostage to their answer. Now, if they come on your website, it's your decision. So I want you to remember that. No matter where you go, whether it's the guy next door, you're getting your oil changed, no matter where you go, when you're asking for business, they have the power of choice. What we want to do, guys, is take away that power of choice and give it back to us. That's when the fun starts to happen. So when you say that, when they're like, I might be interested, then what I do is I instantly take a couple back steps. I go, you know what, Jim, that sounds great. What I'd like for you to do is if you go to my website and fill out the discovery form, what that can do is tell us if we indeed can do anything for you and to see if we're a good fit to work together. And I'll give you an in-depth site analysis at no cost. And you'll have more information than you came to me with. So you'll walk away with more. So once you fill it out, I'll get back to you and we can move forward from there. Now, guys, when he hits this page here, what that does is it also is a tripwire to tell me how interested is he, because he's going to read this page before he does it. And what does this say? Search engine is not for all businesses right here. We'd love to help everyone. And guys, you can go through and read it. Look right here. We only work with a limited number of clients given to ensure maximum attention to detail. Does this whole page right here read like someone who is desperate? No, it doesn't. It looks like someone that is very selective about who they works with. Matter of fact, it has so much business they have to turn people away. So it tells what clients we can work with. Active and healthy business. Who we won't work with. Adult theme material. I'm not going to do, porn sites or others. It says that I've got a sense of class about me, a sense of morality, that we're a family-based company. Maybe that helps, maybe it doesn't. Get rich quick schemes, startups. We want them to be an established business. What they're agreeing to is this means you're getting consistent traffic and sales already. You're running ads, you're promoting, and you're selling your services. You don't have to be a household name, but you need to be present in your market. You have a good, solid product, a good reputation. Everything we do together will be bringing you more sales and profits, but we're going to be doing it in a way that creates massive goodwill in your market. That's it. Those are the requirements. Guys, now tell me, look, there's now a set of criteria that I have to work with me. So now what I've done is I've taken everything away from this client. I've taken away their power of choice, and I've very sneakily got them to apply to work from me. Apply working from me. So now I can say yes or I can say no, whether I want to work with them or not. So they fill it out. That's why this discovery form is so important, and why if you don't have it on your site, if you're not sending everyone there, you're absolutely losing business. Now, guys, if you agree with everything I've said, and if it makes sense, give me a hashtag discovery. Hashtag discovery. Everyone on this webinar should be doing that. Guys, it's so important to take away that power of choice when you first talk to anybody, no matter who it is. Because if you're cold calling, if you're going door to door, and they go, oh, well, we don't know. Tell you what, why don't you just let us give you a free analysis to see what we can do for you? Why don't you go to our discovery form and fill it out? We'll send it over to you. We can go from there. Once they read it, they already are agreeing to all the terms, and now they're applying to work for me. It changes the whole dynamic of the relationship. So we literally need to have a whole lot of people given hashtag discovery. We want to make sure that everyone is paying attention. Great. So from here, once you got the discovery form and people have filled it out, you have all the information. You have all the necessary information that you need to find out whether they're a viable client for you to work with or not. Now, one of two things are going to happen. One being this: if you've met this person face to face, you've already directed them to the discovery form. The second thing can happen is, which I have happened quite a bit, is that one, they fill out the discovery form, which is the best kind ever, and you never talk to anybody. I get those a lot, to where, being number one in Chicago and other places, people just automatically come to the discovery form and fill it out. Kaboom. There it goes. My text message goes off on my phone. I look at it. Now, what I do there is I give a courtesy phone call. And it just simply goes something like this. Hey there, Mr. Business. This is Cotton from Cotton Grammar Search Engine Marketing. How you doing today? Oh, well, I'm doing great. Hey, I wanted to let you know that I got your discovery application that you filled out. Everything looks great. Just wanted to say hello to let you know that we'll get that analysis out to you in the next 48 to 72 business hours. But I just had one quick question for you, just so I understand everything. When you want SEO for your business, tell me why that you think SEO can improve your business. I shut up and I want to let them listen. My last question is, and I'll get started on it, is if once I've completed your SEO campaign in the next 6 to 8 months and it's successful, what does that look like to you? What I'm doing is I'm future pacing in their mind. I'm also lightly telling them that we're going to be working together for the next 6 to 8 months. And I'm also letting them know, I want to know from his perspective what a successful SEO campaign is. He might say, kicking my competitor's ass. He might say, I want 42 sales. I need 42 more new sales a month. He might say, well, I want to get 1,000 more visitors on my site. Guys, that's very key information because I'm going to tell you what happens. And this is going to be like a big kind of thing for people. Anytime that you're in a conversation or have a discovery forum and you have someone that's giving an exact number, let's say that they go, well, I need 42 more sales a month. That's a pretty specific number, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find out what that is. So what it is I'm going to now go and I'm going to say, hey, I noticed that you had down that you needed 42 more sales a month. That's a pretty specific number. Why is that so important to you? Well, I really wanted to take my family to Europe for my daughter's 18th birthday. And I always told her since she was little that we would take the whole family there for her 18th birthday. And I know that we'll be able to afford it and be able to do whatever we want. If I get 42 sales a month from now until she's 18, we'll be able to have that for her. So guys, now what happens is I no longer use the word SEO. Oh, Mr. Business Owner, what's your daughter's name? Oh, her name's Jessica. Great. Well, Mr. Business Owner, I want to do whatever I can to help you get Jessica to Europe for her 18th birthday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get back to you with a website now. So now every time I talk to him, I say, here's how we're going to get Jessica and your family to Europe. I'm going to say that in my video. I'm going to say that when I talk to him. I'm going to use that every time. So when you get this discovery form, look for specific numbers. These specific numbers have a meaning. It might mean an expansion. It might mean he wants to buy a yacht. He wants a boat. He might want to buy a new equipment for his office that's going to do something. It's no longer SEO anymore. Here's how we're going to help you get your new yacht. Now, are any of you guys selling like this? Be honest and just give me a 7. If you're not, give me an 8. Are you really looking for specific numbers in all of your discovery forms? See, we're having a lot of people being shy and not wanting to answer. Only Derek and I can see. So guys, these are the things that you've got to use. These little things make a difference. And you have to start paying attention to all of this. So always remember that. Look for specific details and numbers in these discovery forms about why it's so important to them. If you don't understand why they're trying to do it, everyone wants more business, but there's a reason why people want more business. Even I work so hard for a reason. So, until you ask, you never know. And then if you said, hey, Cotton, we're going to help you get there because we want to help you with this, it's a whole lot more personable. So that's why. So now, once you got the discovery form, guys, it's simple. I'm going to tell you what I do. You can do whatever you want to do. I send them a video analysis of their website. Guys, it's very brief. It must be. Guys, I literally flipped out when I was in Chicago and a couple other simulation rooms. I had some people tell me, yeah, my video is 23 minutes. There's no business owner going to watch a video for 23 minutes. Guys, your videos need to be tight, precise, and literally layman. And they need to be under 7 to 8 minutes. They need to be very quick and tight. And it's as simple as having the website up, going over the DA, the PA, going over some trust flow, just going over some SEMrush, and literally just bowing out and just saying, here's why you should choose me, showing them some rankings or some credibility, and just wrapping it up. It's not that easy. It's pretty simple. And don't ask me to post up an example because I won't. I'm never going to show you how I do my videos, because you doing my videos, the reason my videos work is because I believe what I'm saying. You can't emulate my confidence. So what I'm saying is, guys, do your own videos. If you want me to critique your video, that I'll be happy to do. But I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing. I'm happy to help anyone that's in action. If you're in the movie, there's bombs going off and there's terrorists, and you're like, yo, Cotton, how do I get out of this jam? I'm there for you. But if you're not even in the movie, I have no desire to help. So if you want to shoot a video, I'll be more than happy to critique it for you, tell you what I would change or not change, and go from there. So I will offer that to anyone that wants to send it. So remember that. So I send a video, and at that point, I just let it sit. I let them respond to me, and you know what? 7 out of 10 times they normally call me right back because they're impressed, because no one does video analysis or video proposal, whatever you want to call it. But guys, the number one thing that I want you to also take away from this whole sales process is, and for those of you that have studied what I do, what is the number one thing you never do from the moment you speak to a client till the moment that I'm up to right now? Let's see who is studied. That is right. A lot of people, guys. You never, ever talk price. Ever. Never. And the reason is, guys, is price is a pain. That is a pain emotion. We do not want to inflict pain while we are selling. That is not our job to do at the moment. If they're interested enough, they will ask for the price. That is a tripwire. That gets them to call us back. We do a kick-ass video showing them everything that we found, showing them everything that we can do, showing them some lost revenue, going on from there. And at that point, we don't discuss price. We send them the video. Guys, 7 out of 10 call me back within the first 6 to 7 hours and say, wow, that video was very informative. So how much does all this cost? So I know what you're going to get is, Cotton, what happens when they ask me the price before all this happens? You simply say, I don't know. I don't have enough information to make that assessment. Well, no, but what do you normally charge people? It varies from client to client. Everyone is like a unique snowflake. There's no two people that are the same. I would have to get in and do analysis. Just like if you go to the doctor's office, the doctor isn't immediately going to tell you, here's how much it's going to cost to cure you. There has to be tests done. There has to be analysis done. At that point, I'd be more than happy to share with you how much it could cost. So you just push them away. You push them away. Never give the price. You really don't know either. So when you're done and the video's done, or your proposal's done, your written proposal or whatever, that's the tripwire that gets them to call you back. So at that point, if you give everything, guys, I want you to imagine this. I'm trying to use an analogy versus a guy and a girl. I always like going back to that, but it gets a little off colored. Girls, I guess girls are a little more respectable and just don't reveal or do everything right away. Generally gain the guy's attention longer than those that just show everything. So sorry I have to use that analogy, but it's true in the same way. If you give them everything in that video or everything in that proposal, they don't need you for anything. They've got all the information. But when you leave a piece of information out, you make them come back and ask for it. That's what you have to do. That's the tripwire. So never discuss price. Never put it in the video. Never talk about it in the beginning. Never bring it up. Always deflect it. Use the doctor analogy. We have to get in and do analysis and tests, but do not ever give a price. So if we're all clear on that, guys, give me a hashtag no price. No price. I want to make sure that everyone on this webinar remembers this. This tied in. We're going to mentally tie this to some words. Hashtag no price. Never give a price until the very end, until after you have delivered your proposal or your analysis, whatever you want to call it. It is the tripwire that gets them to call you back. So we'll wait. We've got almost 400 people on the webinar. We need to see hashtag no price. I want everyone following this. I don't want anyone to ever doubt this method right here or wonder, oh, what should I do? Should I tell them the price? But they really want the price, but they really want this. So remember that. Oh, so tie it in. Just do that. So guys, now that you've given this, they're going to call you back and they're going to discuss price. They already see that you're a professional firm. You have a set of criteria that they worked by. They had to apply to work for you, just like they would have to apply to work for you go into the doctor's office, you got to fill out paperwork. You go into an attorney, you fill out paperwork. You go into anywhere important, you fill out paperwork. Guys, you go to meet a top actor or director, you sign non-disclosures, or you sign that you're not going to take pictures. You do this. You can't even go see a live taping of a television show. You're not signing something. Signing things and going through criteria like that's on this page right here shows people that you have credibility and that you have the ability to set this up. And you need to set it up for structure, and you just don't take everything that comes in. You don't give prices. You put out your proposal or your analysis, whatever you want to call it. Now, at this point, 7 out of 10 times, they'll use a tripwire. They'll call you back. If they don't, you can genuinely follow up. The reason that I use Vimeo, or you can use Wistia, I don't like using YouTube. YouTube, to me, seems a little cheap for clients. That's just my opinion. I use Vimeo. I password protect it in Vimeo. The reason why I like it, I send it password protected out. Then I can come back and look, and I know when they viewed it. So when I know that they viewed it, I normally give them, if they don't call me, I normally give them a day, day and a half to watch it. Maybe they're going to show it to their spouse, whether here, there. Then I might follow back up with an email saying, did you have any questions or concerns about the video? That's when the dialogue will generally open back up again, and they'll say, let's schedule a phone call or whatever. Sometimes you got to jump start it. Business owners are busy. That's it. What I want you guys to remember is this. Guys, sometimes deals take a long time to close. The more local the deal, the faster that they close. The more that you get away from local and get into national, and you get into where there's a lot of employees and a national company, the much longer it takes to close the deal. Sometimes it takes months. Local deals always close way faster than national deals. That's just the way it goes. So now that we've went through the basics right here of what everyone's got, we've told you how you need to believe. You've got to believe, guys. If you don't believe it, no one's going to believe it. Now, remember those of you that pressed 5. Guys, believe. How you carry yourself is everything. And guys, I'm going to get into this also. And I wasn't going to, but this is true. Guys, if you don't look, act, and speak like someone that's worth $4,000 a month, you're never going to get it. You're never going to get the money. Think about it. That's more money than some of these people are paying for their mortgage, especially on a local level. You need to look, act, and breathe like you're worth $3,000 or $4,000 a month. And if you don't, why should they give it to you? If you're going to show up with a ball hat on, if you're going to show up with sneakers on, if you're going to show up looking like a scrub, don't be surprised when you walk out of there with your tail between your legs. Yeah, shorts and flip-flops, Tracy. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. So if you are doing your business that way, remember, if you went into the bank, I just wanted you to just visualize this. You go into your bank, you've got $5,000 cash in your hand, and you've got 2 people that you can hand this to sitting at a desk. One has a ball hat on, flip-flops, and it looks like he's just been on a bender. And the other one is dressed professionally and looks like they know what you're doing, which desk you walk into. That's the exact same choice a business owner is going to make if it's you or another company. I don't even care if you're number 1. They'll go with the number 3 company that looks more professional. So guys, don't like show up in t-shirts, that says I'm here to party. It's things like that. And guys, I've seen, I know some of you that do that. Don't do it. Invest in a jacket. And you don't have to wear a tie, and you don't have to wear dress slacks. But guys, wearing a polo shirt, a jacket, some nice shoes. Girls, you know what business professional looks like. Putting on some cologne. Man, seriously, might not. So if you're going to meet, so I don't meet people. So that doesn't affect me. But if you're going out to meetings, and guys, I can tell you this, when I go out to these things that I tell you about, there's a lot of places that I go to the Armani dealer. I don't do that myself because I'm out shopping. But if you're going on a one-on-one meeting with a business owner and you have to because it's your first few clients, look like your money. Look like you know what you're doing. Now, if you're out prospecting like I told you to, you can be out casually. So there's a difference. Casually running into people and saying, hey, here's what I do is a whole lot different than you showing up to a meeting. Now, there's very few times that I ever have to show up anywhere. That's another myth that I want to get rid of everyone. Do you have to meet clients? No. The most successful people in the world do not do one-on-one office visits. Just remember that. They don't. Do you think that you're going to get the number 1 surgeon to come visit your house about how he's going to operate on your heart? No, you come to him, or he answers your phone call or whatever. They come to you. Lawyers, you go to them. They don't go to you. I mean, you're not delivering pizzas. So just remember that as well. Guys, the moment, and here's what I'm going to tell you about losing control. And I'm covering this because it was posted in there. The moment that you accept the meeting and walk into their environment, you've lost all control. It doesn't matter. The discovery form is thrown out the door. The only way that you can get it back, one, they're already going to prejudge you. They already know that you were desperate enough to drive over there. You've lost the deal. Trust me. That's just my opinion. I would never show up in anyone's business anymore. I've lost control. When you're in their domain, they're there to judge you. Now you've lost control. Now you're trying to impress them. And guys, another thing that I've noticed from the post and OMG thread is a lot of you guys are trying to impress the business owner. Doctors don't do that. Lawyers don't do that. Successful people don't do that. Here's what's up. Here's what I can do. Do you want it or do you not? They're not trying to win people over that way. So just remember that. Keep that in your head. You're not please don't try to bend over backwards. So, do you do web design too? Because actually I don't do that. I just do SEO. What about Google AdWords? Sorry, I don't do that. A lot of you guys are scared. Oh my God, if I don't agree to do it, they're like not going to take me. No, they'll respect you. The most professional people in the world, a DUI attorney is not going to take a murder case. A heart surgeon is not going to take, doing an operation on your knee. He's just not going to do it. He's not going to be an orthopedic surgeon. So what I'm saying is, guys, referring business off and holding your ground and having a creed of what you go by is someone that is successful in business. Being a yes man means you're a desperate man, unless you really do that. If you really do that, and if you really want to do it, that's another thing. But never be scared to say, no, I don't do it. Because, guys, I want to be honest with you. I wasted 3 hours last night. I had a client that called me up, and I had, she misunderstood what was being said. She's a national, well-known, makes jewelry for celebrities, and she has an e-commerce site. Said, oh, I thought you were going to go through the SEO included all of my product lines. I've got 47 product lines that are being released tomorrow, and I thought you were going to go through all of it to make sure that it was ready to go. I'm like, I never said that. But you know what? I didn't tell her that I wouldn't, and I should have. So what did I have to do? I had to stick my foot in my mouth, and for 3 hours last night, I was jacking around with stuff I shouldn't have had to do. So what I'm saying is, guys, don't be scared to say no. It tied up 3 hours of my night last night, and did I get any extra money for it? Did I? No. If I wouldn't have been such a jackass, and if I would have said, listen, I know you have an e-commerce site. I don't handle anything inside your e-commerce site. I'm just doing SEO. She figured SEO is SEO. I didn't give her a good enough explanation when I sold her long ago. So now, guess who was doing the work and not getting paid? Me. Me. That's right. So what I'm like trying to tell you is, guys, be very careful how you frame your people too. So when you start agreeing to do, yeah, I'll do your PPC, I'll like take a look. Never even agree to take a look. You take a look, trust me, they're going to be calling you. Can you take a look at this? Taking a look is going to lose 6 hours of your life. Trust me. So never be scared to say no. Never. And that's Dave Keys is right. So, and I make mistakes too, guys. I'm not flawless. Sometimes I forget to frame my people right, and it kicks me in the butt. Last night it kicked me in the butt. Guess what? It's going to happen. I'll never let it happen again. So instead, I could have been working on other clients or other stuff. Instead, I was doing stuff I didn't want to do. It's way beyond my realm of things to do. So, guys, the message away from this, guys, please, if you can't believe that you can be good at this, you're never going to be. We've given you all the groundwork and laid out everything for you. Now, there's a lot more rebuttals we can go over, but we won't. What I'll let you do is if you guys want more detailed webinars about rebuttals, things that happen, I'm more than happy, guys. If you want to send me a question on Facebook while you're in the action, I'll be happy to help you. If you just want to ask me a generalized life question, I'm not going to answer it. Cotton, what's the best way to rank in Chicago? No. We have training for that. If you've got a live one on the hook and you can't pull it in, I'll be more than happy to help you. I'll be more than happy to like give you my time to help you. That's what I'm here for. I want to see you in action. So guys, take away this. Believe in yourself. Get ranked anywhere. Get your LinkedIn recommendations. What I want you to do is always use the discovery form no matter what. Wherever you're at, always use it. Always. It saves you. Be very careful about meeting anybody on their premises. You lose all control and look desperate. Because if you've got time to take 2 hours out of your day, you've got time, which means you're not busy. Second of all, if you're going to do it, look presentable. Go out, guys, and put yourself in front of the money. Instead of doing B&Is and doing other stuff, find true people that are in front of the money. Do that. So with that, guys, we're going to wrap this thing up pretty tight. I did promise you guys that I would show you one thing. So what we'll do is if you guys really want to see a client getting tactic that can help some of you new people, we need to go through hashtag after hours again. Then I will turn off the recording. Then we'll go over it and reward all of you that are here. So we need to see at least 300. So what I'll do is talk amongst yourselves real quick. I got to get a quick drink and I'll be back in about 2 minutes and we'll go over that. All right, guys, I'm back. Derek, you still with me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Good.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Good. Right. All right, guys, we're going to do it. What I'm going to show you is something called, need to get it up here, something called Search Tempest. How many of you guys have ever seen or heard of this before? Give me a 1. If you've never heard of it, give me a 9. A lot of people have never seen it before. Fantastic. Guys, what this can
That's
do...
pretty much everyone.
Do I? Yeah, no one's ever heard of it before. Good. Chris Fitz is like saying, please don't give this out. Guys, look, it's pretty simple. And this is a Craigslist, eBay, and much more search engine. What you do is you put in your zip code, and this is my zip code right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop the link in here so you all have it first. And we're going to send. So now y'all have it. What you do is you put your zip code in here. Oh, and by the way, it does say search worldwide outside the United States. So there you go. I've just never tried it, so I don't know. So I'm going to put in my zip code right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to search for web design. Just web design. I can search for SEO, but I'm going to do web design. I'm going to do the category jobs. I'm going to do all jobs. And then I'm going to hit search. So what it does is it's going to bring up everything in Craigslist in my area that is related to web design. So when you look at it, look, they're a website professional design full-time. What they're doing is they're looking for, is now seeking experienced SEO professional. Guys, the lead right here, posted 8 hours ago, wanting business right now. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you that this is not going to break the bank. These are not going to be your $4,000 or $5,000 clients, but they are clients that could be $1,000 a month, or that can get you started, or that could give you referrals, or that you could do trade for. Look right here. We'll just scroll down here, and I've already kind of did this before, but here, look, web professional, SEO design. This thing was posted 20 days ago. It doesn't matter. And what I'm like saying is, guys, you can go through here right there. SEO marketing specialist needed. Now, this is just in this area within 3 miles of me. If you can see, within 3 miles. So now let's get a little bit out within 42 miles. Need SEO and HTML. Look at this. Right here, it was posted 5 days ago. They need SEO right here. Guys, if you don't have light bulbs on this, I don't know what's going on. But now is when it's time to give me hashtag mind blown, guys. Give me hashtag mind blown if you see what I've just shown you. Guys, these are people needing SEOs right now. Right now. Not tomorrow. And they're begging for you to call them. So look, we're going to keep reading here. Within 48 miles. Here we go. They need a web designer. Guys, for those of you that do web design, you could still call them up and say, hey, I'll be happy to take out your web design, but you want to know what? A web design needs some SEO. You can flip these people. So guys, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Look at this right here. We'll scroll down here 78 miles away from my house right here. We're looking at HTML layout specialist. We're looking for, and I've never even looked at, they're looking for a web designer, experienced web designer needs. Guys, these can be flipped. If they need web design, they need SEO. Think about it. If they don't have a web designer, do you think they have an SEO? And if they're posting on here, web designer and more, look at this. Local businessmen looking to build multiple internet-based businesses, no experience, high-end dynamic websites. So look at this. Guys, even if you can't get them to pay, it might be a lucrative deal for you to get into, take 20%, half the percent of something. I mean, guys, this right here is absolutely going to help you tremendously. And you can search the whole country. As you can see, I can go 4,000 miles around my thing. I just did 400. So once again, guys, we can even go further out. Let's go 98 miles out, 100 miles out. We can look. And guys, this is updated every day. Look at this. Amazon sales manager wanted. Advertising marketing sales consultant. Guys, these guys need SEO. They need SEO. Landscape design assistant. SEO or digital marketing help, Sarasota. And you know what? These people do this. If you check this daily, you can jump on these leads before they happen. So these are people looking for business right now. So guys, if you don't think that can help you, I really have no idea what else could. Now, for those of you high-end people out there, is this something that I'm necessarily going to be digging into? No. But guys, if you're just starting out, this is a gold mine for you to jump into. Their numbers right here. Look, 7 hours ago, right here. Here's what they want, right here. They want to hire somebody. But the bottom line is you can outsource it and get it done cheaper. So, guys, that is my giveaway to you. If you feel that you could benefit from this, just give me hashtag search. No, we don't want to put that on there. Just like give me hashtag thanks. That's it. Hashtag thanks. So this should be able to help you out everywhere. Guys, you could even enter in SEO also and see what we got. And you're going to find out, look, SEO expert, student master. Look, webmaster, internet marketing, SEO. Look, it's even more. Holy crap. Look, you could take a job at $43,000 a year right now, guys. Listen, with all you've got inside of OMG right now, and if you wanted to take a full-time job, and if you're out of work right now and you're just starving, look, you could get a job right here. I mean, this is valuable for anybody right here. In-house SEO specialist wanted. Why do they need to hire someone in-house? You could do it cheaper. Think about it. At $36,000 a year, what does that come out to? Like $6,000 a month? $3,000 a month for SEO, and guess what? They've saved half. They've saved half. So you could look down to here, guys, and that was, once again, this is within 3 miles of my house. 3 miles of my house. So, guys, I'm just telling you, it's crazy. Director of digital marketing. Guys, a lot of these jobs, you can just sell them on outsourcing. You don't just outsource the work to you, charge them a whole lot less monthly fee, get it done. So, guys, hopefully this was helpful to you. This is one thing that I found I was holding on to for a while, but you know what? We've got enough stuff that we can bomb drop later. But I wanted to give you this one client getting method right here that should be able to help you out tremendously. Derek, any last words, buddy?
No, I mean, this is like an awesome tool. We've been using this for a while too, and we've gotten several clients off it. Even some of our biggest ones are off it here, so it's just
there you go.
So you give this away, yeah.
Right. So
now we got more competition.
Yeah, you're gonna have more competition now that OMG knows about it. People are cussing me out here. Chris Smith just called me a turd. So guys, this does work. You've heard from Derek. He's got some of his biggest clients off of it. We'll leave you guys searching Search Tempest as we get off. See you next week, guys. Not sure what the webinar will be about, but hopefully you were able to take away something about getting clients and why it's so valuable and how it can be so easy. Remember, believe in yourself. We'll see you next week.